Here's the incredible true story of how a Canadian kid went from racing snowmobiles to becoming a Formula One legend. Born in Quebec in 1950, Gilles Villeneuve has maybe the most Canadian racing origin story ever. He learned how to race at a young age by racing snowmobiles. Villeneuve wound up as arguably the greatest snowmobile racer of his time, who racked up a ton of wins, including his crowning achievement, winning the 1974 World Championship Snowmobile Derby. Fast forward to 1978, and Villeneuve, who had racked up 3 open-wheel championships in lesser car racing series since winning the 1974 World Championship Snowmobile Derby, was competing in Formula One in his first season as a full-time Ferrari driver. Never one to forget his roots, Villeneuve once said the following about how racing snowmobiles helped prepare him for Formula One. "Those things used to slide a lot, which taught me a great deal about control, and the visibility was terrible. Unless you were leading, you could see nothing with all the snow blowing about. Good for the reactions, and it stopped me having any worries about racing in the rain." The 1978 F1 season included the first ever Canadian Grand Prix held at the newly constructed Circuit Ile Notre Dame, and it was won in a storybook moment by hometown hero Gilles Villeneuve to much Canadian fanfare. This home Grand Prix victory at the final race of the 1978 season kickstarted Gilles Villeneuve's career. He would go on to win 3 of the 1979 season's 15 Grand Prix in this car right here. Well, not actually this car, is like a bigger version of it, but it looked like this one. And he ended up finishing in second place in the 1979 World Drivers' Championship behind his teammate Jody Scheckter. Gilles Villeneuve was thought by pretty much everyone at the time to have been an eventual Formula One world champion due to his incredible speed and driving talents. However, his life was cut tragically short as he was involved in an accident ahead of the 1982 Belgian Grand Prix at Zolder that took his life. To this day, Gilles Villeneuve remains the only Canadian driver to win the Canadian Grand Prix, and because of this and his status as arguably the greatest Canadian race car driver of all time, the Circuit Ile Notre Dame was renamed in his honor to its current name, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, at the 1982 Canadian Grand Prix held just 5 short weeks after Villeneuve's death. And although Gilles Villeneuve was not able to achieve the title of World Drivers' Champion in his lifetime like everyone thought he would, his son, Jacques Villeneuve, did, winning the 1997 World Drivers' Championship and finally getting the last name Villeneuve on the F1 World Drivers' Championship trophy. If you're wondering, Jacques Villeneuve's best finish in a Canadian Grand Prix came in 1996 when he got P2 in an absurd race that saw 22 drivers start the Grand Prix, but just 8 drivers finish it.